Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here. I am a part-time reseller. I pick up things at garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales, that sort of thing, and then sell them for more than I paid for them on eBay. It's pretty simple in concept. Turns out pretty hard in practice, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, and it's time to do a what sold. So we haven't done a what sold video for a little while. I've been doing some what sold lives on Sunday. So if you happen to be around and you're packing up or you're listing or whatever you're doing, Sunday about 3:30 Mountain Standard Time. I guess that'd be 5:30 Eastern. We should be doing a live again. So I've got a few things to pack, but I figured before I do, let's show you what they are. So let's go through them here real quick. And I just sold another thing. It's happening live. The first thing that we sold, we actually only sold 2 things yesterday, and now I'm up to, I think, 6 things today. So this is a very busy Tuesday, but I'm very happy with that after a very, very slow Monday. First thing that we sold are these vintage pencils. That's all they are. They're old pencils. You can see here, I picked them up. Well, there's a glare. There you go. I picked these up at an estate sale. I think I paid like a quarter or 50 cents for them. You can find stuff like this. Now, this is not a highly sought after brand, but I still had it listed for like 20 bucks and sold for right about there. I think 25, 50 cents or something is all we paid for these. These are actually going international. These are going to France. Somebody paid, let's see, 25 euros for these, which is, I think the euro is pretty close to the dollar. So we're looking at like 27 bucks or so. This is going to be pretty light, so it's going to ship likely under the half-pound rate, which is $10.95 through pirate ship. So we made a pretty good profit on these little pencils. The only other thing that sold yesterday, baseball cap. This is the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, I believe is what they're called, a minor league baseball team. I almost kept this for myself. The graphic is really cool. I love the mascot. This just a strap back. It's got the Velcro, the hook and loop, as it were, on the back there. This sat around for a little while. Picked it up this summer, but only paid $1 for it. Did really well off that garage sale. I ended up taking an offer of $19 free shipping. So hats, a very good thing to sell. The return on investment on baseball hats is very high. We actually sold another hat. I took an offer this morning. This is a vintage on a Swingster label. Swingster made a lot. Can we get there? There we go. They made a lot of the old snapback caps. This one used to have foam in it. The foam has deteriorated. You'll see that a lot with the old hats. If you find one with the foam intact, that's a fantastic find if it's still in good shape. But even without, they will still sell. Things you want to put in the listing: snapback, Swingster, patch, and of course, Goodyear vintage baseball cap hat. This, I took an offer of $20 plus shipping, and I think I'm into this 15, 20 cents or something. We grabbed a whole pile of vintage hats at a garage sale this summer, and we've been selling those off, some of them for like 30 bucks. I sold a vintage Pepsi hat out of there for, I think it was right around 100 bucks. Sold that internationally. That was the big winner of the bunch. Most of them not like that, but there have been $25, $30 hats in that group. So we did really well, really well. Again, this one's selling for 20 bucks plus shipping. We might have a hat video coming up because hats, it's almost garage sale season again. You need to be looking up hats. This is a vinyl. Picked this up at an estate sale. This another international order. Our international orders have been going crazy today. This is the Age of Electronicus. I don't know. It's I'm guessing it sounds as weird as it looks. It's in fantastic shape inside. The vinyl itself, the outside, it's rough, and that was disclosed. This was very heavily used by the guy that had it. But the Age of Electronicus going to, I think it's the UK. It's going international for 28 euros. So not a bad flip there. I think I'm into this about 50 cents is all. Coming up next, these things. These are called spurtles. I did had one of these sold on Sunday, so we showed it on that live video. This is the second of two that I picked up. It's by Mad Hungry is the brand. We'll see if we can get it to show up on there. There we go. It's kind of it's etched into there. Mad Hungry. This is actually a brand that's now owned by Martha Stewart Living. So there is a bit of a following for it. These are discontinued. There's a whole set of 3 of these in here. There's a slotted spoon. There's a little holder. Some are bigger. They have different colored handles on them. The different colors, the crazier colors sell better. But I had a blue and I had a black. Picked these up for $1 a piece and sold them each for $19.99 free shipping. So not a big money maker, right? Because these are pushing. Once I get this wrapped up, I wrap these individually so they don't bang against each other. Just one quick wrap of bubble wrap is all I did. But that way they're not banging around in the box because they are loose in the box. And then slide that into just a mailer. So the mailer itself doesn't weigh very much, but the box and these things do push first class. It came in right under 15 ounces, so it is a little expensive to ship out, but I'm only $1 in. So you make some easy money. These things sold in 2 weeks, so moved out very quickly. Actually, they sold the next day, both of them, and then the lady asked to cancel the order for both of them. So we did end up losing a little bit of money on these because they sold twice, and PayPal now keeps that fee. What are you going to do? What else did we sell? Oh, we just sold, right before we started doing this all over print with the moose. How cool is this? And then it's on the back as well. This from the 90s. It's got that 90s double collar thing. And it's a sweatshirt, but it's also actually got pockets in the thing down here. So these actually, if you look these up, these actually sell really well, guys. If you see these, you're going to see these at like garage sales, estate sales, stuff like that. It's Art Unlimited. I don't know if we can get, there you go. Art Unlimited. So if you look up vintage Art Unlimited sweatshirt and then type in whatever's on it. We actually, just a couple days ago, I picked up 2 of these at the same time from the thrift store. We sold the Bald Eagle version of this already, I think for about the same amount. Actually, a little, yeah, about the same amount, I think, 20, 24 bucks, something like that. Somebody sent me an offer this morning for $20. I had this listed at $29.99. I had it, or $29.97, something like that. Had it listed a little bit high, but I want to leave myself wiggle room. And so I had 7 watchers on this thing, guys. If that gives you any indication about Art Unlimited wildlife prints, they have all sorts of different animals. I had 7 watchers on this. That, though, enabled me to write back and say, hey, I do have 7 watchers on this. I'm willing to make a deal. They sent the offer of 20. I had basically 30. I said, are you willing to meet me in the middle? We'll split the difference. So apparently they were, because they just sent back. It sat around and marinated for a little while. But, when I said, hey, there's 7 watchers on this thing, that sort of spurs, right? Like, hey, if I don't get on this, somebody else will. So $24.99 plus priority ship. This is just going to go in a padded flat rate envelope. Really easy. And the thing that sold as we started recording this, creepy doll. This actually going international as well. I haven't looked at the address. She's even creepier when she gets in the light there. How about that? I haven't looked at the address yet. I'm not exactly sure where it's going, but it is going international. I think it's going somewhere in the UK because she sent an offer of $15. I think I had this up at $19.99, but it's been sitting around for a while, and so I took it. She's paying $15 plus the international shipping on this, and she sent me a message asking if I would make sure to put just $15 on the customs form, which of course I will, because that's what she paid for, but she wanted to be sure that I didn't include the total, the shipping price, because it sounds like maybe that's happened to her before. And after a certain dollar amount internationally, they have to start paying extra in customs. With it only $15, she said $15 is the cutoff. She won't have to pay any extra in customs or duties, duty fees or whatever, import fee to get it out. But this actually winds up in the back. I think that makes it creepier. All right. I can't get this thing where it's not highlighted in the light and not creepy. But yeah, like a little porcelain head on this thing. So I'm going to have to wrap these things up, the hands and the face, pretty good. The feet also are porcelain, even though they're covered up. So I am going to have to bubble this pretty well to make sure that it makes it across. But, you know, worst case, if it doesn't, we're not in the hole very much. I'm in this thing pennies. I went to the last hours of an estate sale where this lady had an entire basement full of dolls. I hung out down there for a little while. This was before I started doing the YouTube channel, and it's a bummer because you walk down the steps and literally her whole basement, dolls everywhere, doll parts, doll heads. It was something else. And I hung out in there for about 15 minutes just looking around after I'd already looked around because I wanted to listen to the people coming down the stairs. It was incredible listening to the reactions of people coming down into the doll room of a basement. An unfinished dark basement with dolls everywhere. It was comedy. It was fantastic. I sure wish I would have had a YouTube channel at that point. But I went at the last day and I piled stuff in boxes. They were actually, they were taking stuff down as I was there. I was there right at the very end. And I said, look, there's no chance you're going to sell all these dolls, right? And some of them were higher dollar dolls, and I've sold some of them for pretty good money. I said, can we just make a bulk deal? And I started grabbing the more interesting or the more creepy dolls. I've sold doll heads. I've sold doll parts. And I've still got a whole bunch left. I've got some that aren't listed. If you're looking for doll arms and doll legs, doll torsos, I've got them. I actually have a tote creepy dolls that are listed. This came straight out of the creepy doll tote. I think we paid $25 for something like 4 boxes of dolls, doll parts, stuff like that. I sold a doll for $24.99 straight away, a vintage Japanese doll right off, and paid for the whole thing. I mean, I had to sell one more thing once you figure in the fees and that sort of thing. But basically, one doll paid for everything. So now I'm pennies into this, total profit. So, you know, 15 bucks. Not a bad deal, right? So I got to get this little dolly in a box. Don't necessarily have to get her out today, but I'm going to try and get as many of these out as I can. I do have, actually, I forgot. I've got one more, actually. They just paid. She's playing again. Keep an eye out for these Kuru shoes. I actually sold these a while ago. It opened an unpaid items case. I think we were nearing the end of that because I think these sold over the weekend. So this thing was starting to push through a little bit. Keep an eye out for Kuru, Kuru. I took an offer of $40. Look at it, isn't that cool? It's got a sparkle on there. Took an offer of $40. I think I had them up for pushing 50, but they'd sat for about a month and a half, and I've got a lot of shoes. I wanted to clear space in the tote. So the Kuru Carrera, if I can spit that out. But Kuru is a great running shoe brand if you can find it. These sold, here it is right here. I was looking for where there's the logo on the side, but it's on the tongue there. Keep an eye out for these. They do sell pretty well. Kuru, Brooks, Saucony, stuff like that. I do really well with shoes. These sold for 40 bucks plus priority shipping. I think I paid $4.99 at Goodwill. So that's what we got for what sold. It's 2 things yesterday and something like 5 or 6 already today. So today, a rebound day. Just keep listing, guys. Sometimes, I mean, eBay is a roller coaster. I sold 2 things yesterday. I sold a pair of pencils in the morning. Didn't sell another thing until that hat as I was going to bed. So you know what? It happens. eBay is a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down. Today, we sold a whole bunch of things, and I had some other offers. Counter offers are out, so more sales will probably come in tonight. That's how it works. So just stick with it. Keep listing. Have faith. Look at your stuff. I mean, it may need to be tinkered with a little bit. Maybe you have to drop a price. Maybe you have to send offers. You know, do what you can. Try to force the thing. You know, get that algorithm happy with you. But above all, just have confidence in what you're doing and keep pushing forward. That's what I got for you today, guys. That's my what solds. I got to start getting some of this stuff packed so that I can get it to the post office before they close. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.